Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of Motorcycle Therapy. Now in this vlog, things are about to get spectacularly special. Now we are just about 2 odd days away from embarking on the Himalayan Escapade, which is going to be our tour of Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh. So this vlog is going to be about talking about what the route is, also talking about some of the highlights that we're going to see on this trip, and I'm going to quickly get a sort of weather update, because basically that's what we're really waiting for. We're just waiting for the weather to give us a green light so that we can ride out and not get soaked all the way reaching up to Manali side to start this whole adventure. Now before we get into the route details, obviously I'm not going to be doing this trip by myself. What's going to make this whole Himalayan Escapade 2022 even more special is the fact that I'm going to be doing it with a very old friend of mine. And the first time we met, it was on the Royal Enfield Himalayan Odyssey 2010, and we met then and we became friends ever since, and we've done short rides here and there to Kodaikanal and down south and stuff like that. But now for the first time, rather after a long time, almost a decade plus, we're going to be doing this ride together. So today is Friday the 22nd of July, and my riding partner Ian, who's going to be partnering with me on this entire trip, is already left from Goa, and I think he left at about 8 or 9 o'clock, and it's currently 4 o'clock in the evening, and he has reached Nipani from Goa, Nipani, and he's on the highway directly to Pune. So he's going to catch up with me today later on, and we'll have a little catch up with him. We'll talk a little bit about the trip that we did last time and sort of bring you guys up to speed. And of course, I've noticed that I haven't had the chance to actually let you guys get to know me, sort of. And maybe this will be an opportunity to sort of bring out some of the older stories and get you guys to sort of wrap your head around, who I am and what I do and why you're here. So that's the plan. So we're going to spend several weeks on the road. I can tell you that this is going to be roughly about 7,000 kilometers, and we have a timeline of about 1 month, which is a lot of time on the road. But since we're leaving from Pune, just to get to Chandigarh and Manali is going to take about 3 or 4 days, considering that it's raining and there's heavy rain weather forecast predicted on our route all the way. So that is the plan. Before we get into the route, I'm just going to break down and tell you how we've broken up the entire route. So that's the plan. So I'm going to quickly get into the route details, and I'm going to take you to the computer and show you what our route plan is going to be. The total trip from Pune to our topmost point, which will be Leh, and back all the way, including everything else that we're doing, will work out to about 7,000 kilometers. And we're going to spend about 3 to 4 days reaching Chandigarh, Manali, and obviously on the way back we will spend another 3 to 4 days coming back from Chandigarh to Pune. But when we are in Chandigarh in about 4 or 5 days time, we will be starting a very extensive tour of Himachal Pradesh. We're going to check out all the interesting places over there and see what the vibe is like, what the place is like after so many years. We are also not going to be following the Himalayan Odyssey route. We're going to be charting some new routes, because I follow a lot of vloggers. I'm sure that you guys do as well. And a lot of new routes have opened up, a lot of new passes have opened up, and this is the opportunity for us to go and explore those places. So it's going to be a tour of Himachal Pradesh that's going to include the Pin Valley, Kaza. It's going to include the lakes around Pangong, Sokar, Somoriri, and Yayaso, and some of the other smaller lakes that a lot of people have not seen. And we are also going to go further up north to Leh, We're also going to pass all the exciting passes that are the highlights of a trip like this, including Barlachala and Tanglangla and Khardungla. Well, a lot of you already probably know that Khardungla is no longer the highest motorable road in the world. It's now Umlingla. So Umlingla is also going to be a highlight on our trip, as well as we're going to explore some of the northernmost villages near the Pakistan and China border, which is Turtuk and Hundar. And then we are going to travel from Leh again towards Kargil, and then we're going to head into the Zanskar Valley, and we are going to check out a place called Kombo Ronjak, if I pronounce that correctly. And from there is a way to get back towards Keelong side through a pass called Shinkula, but there are a lot of sections of that are probably washed out, and that's going to determine whether we're going to be able to cut through Zanskar Valley back onto Keelong side, or do we have to go back all the way to Kargil and find another way back, either via Leh or via Srinagar maybe. So these are all things that we're going to have to figure out on the way. Yeah, so in the evening, in about another 4 or 5 hours, I'm expecting that Ian will join us, and we are going to quickly, I'm just going to let him have a rest day while my bike gets serviced, and I pick up some wet weather gear and some new riding pants, which I'm heading out for now. And once he's here, we'll catch up with him, and we'll sort of start etching out this story more. But we plan to leave today would be I suppose T-2, or latest case scenario T-3. So we expect to leave by Sunday, or worst case scenario Monday early morning. And our first destination after we leave from Pune is going to be in Madhya Pradesh, in Ratlam, and it's just going to be a quick stopover on the highway. But obviously going to follow the whole journey, and I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos building up to the trip as well, and that's going to include what I'm going to be packing, and obviously in this video we're going to go further into the route that I've planned out, so that you can understand some of the circuits and the sectors that I've laid out. That's pretty much it. It's a very exciting time, and I'm looking forward to this journey, and we're ready. I've got a lot of stuff ordered in for charging stuff on the bike, and little knickknacks, and just giving the bike a once over again, as I always do before a big trip. And from there on, you should be getting an every day, or almost every other day at least, update from me in terms of what's happening. And we hope to get into a lot of good adventures, exciting adventures, and try and keep it safe. And don't forget to follow along this journey, subscribe, and let's see where this adventure takes us. All right, see you.